Okay. Good evening, Carl. Now I am recording, uh, and I would like to welcome everybody to the Paid Social Media Managers Training Webinar here in Lubbock, Texas. And we are broadcasting live for the Tulsa Jobs and the Lubbock Jobs and Employment Groups on Facebook. I'd like to welcome Carl in here and anybody else that comes in, and Maria. Uh, Carl, why don't you go ahead and unmute yourself and introduce yourself, if you like, if you wish. If not, maybe Carl is shy. That's okay. Uh, okay. Starting off as a paid social media manager, what does a social media manager do? Well, they take care of all the social media postings for businesses. Why? Because businesses are busy. They're busy running a business. They don't have time to do social media. So if you're, familiar with running in groups and pages on Facebook and doing Twitter, then you've already got some experience with social media. You don't need a degree to do this. Let's go over to Twitter. Okay, if you've got an account with Twitter, and YouTube is another one. YouTube, as most people know, is owned by Google. Google Plus is another social media network, not quite as big as Facebook, as big as Google is. They could not really compete with Facebook when it comes to social media networks. Okay. And they own YouTube. Okay. And one of the things that a lot of companies have found out is that if they utilize YouTube on a regular basis with short snippets of 3 to 5 minute videos, they will get good ranking backlinked over to their site. And we will have follow-up training of how to post a video, how to upload a video to YouTube, how to create an account. I manage other accounts for other marketing firms because they either don't know how or they don't have the time. Okay, and they pay me for it. It might be once a day, and it only takes 15 minutes maybe to upload a video. They supply it to me. They give me the link to it. Usually it's in a Dropbox account or something like that. Or they ask me to do a video and use my James Earl Jones impersonation. So there's a variety of ways to make money if you have the talent and the tools. Remember that, talent and tools. You've got the talent because you're here, okay? If you don't have the tools, I can show you where to get the tools. And a lot of them are free. One of them is YouTube. The other one is Facebook. Another one is Craigslist. OnlyWire, this is, an easy way to share on social media. You can post content up to 50 different social profiles at once. And you can get an account to post, I think, up to 1,000 per month. So you could do like 50 a day for 30 days and have, 1,500 posts or something out there, have it automated. Uh, this is a little bit more complicated, and I wouldn't, recommend that. But over here on this particular database, this is a directory of uh, some of the social media jobs database that is available through the paid social media .com. I have a membership over there, and a lot of people ask, well, why should I buy a membership to have access? Well, it's only a one-time payment, but here's how a lot of people don't realize is they could go over here, watch the video, sign up and watch the replay, watch yesterday's replay, select it now, or you could do it later. Put your name and your email in there, and then it will take you on over to their regular video where you could watch the next video. This is only about 56 seconds. Their next video runs about 30 minutes. Okay, so there's a lot of instruction how to go about getting that. And then they offer you the opportunity, but you don't want to take the first button that comes up. Let me tell you how you can save some money. Normal price is $47. If you go up here like you're going to opt out and hit that, it will bring up an escape prompt box and say, wait, you can have it for $27. So you just save $20, and that's what I did. So I got it for $27, one-time payment, lifetime membership. I've been with these people for about 5 years now, and I keep getting the updates and the emails. But what is neat is they supply you with a lot of information how to use these, where, if you've got a LinkedIn account, eBay, Task Army, Elance, and Freelancer, Odesk, you might be a member of some of these sites, and some of them you have to pay, $14.95 a month. They have annuals. Indeed Jobs, Guru, Craigslist, of course, is free unless you post in a premium city like Tulsa, Manta, and Gumtree. They teach you how to use these, and they've got internal courses. Now, I'm going to go ahead and log in and show you some of the courses here in just a few minutes, but just to give you a real quick idea how you could go and find, let's say, right here in Lubbock, okay, and we want to look for social media jobs, people that are already screaming for your help, okay, social media in jobs. So there's 11 postings. Last week there was like 17, okay. And you could right click on that link to say, okay, I want to take a look at this social freelance writer with social media skills, part-time, okay. Now here's where your negotiating skills come in, all right. They tell you what they're doing, and some of them have set the bar up pretty high, bachelor's degree, or equivalent work experience. So you look at the job description to see if it fits your skills, because they do want somebody who's, fluent on the computer using Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. You have a professional phone posture. You're not afraid to talk to people on the phone. If you're familiar with writing, and of course your writing skills have to be good to fill this job. So if somebody was watching this and they say, yeah, I can do freelance writing and I have all this, but I don't have the bachelor's degree, but I have the equivalent work experience, you could still go and give them a call, okay? You could take this and say, okay, reply below. It doesn't have any content. There it is. It has incredibleu.life. highlight it, and then go to, and it opens up their website so you could contact them, see, you've got to do your homework and your due diligence to see if this is legitimate company, if you really want to work for them, if you want to watch their video, you want to find out more, then you could do that. All right. And you got a lady's name. She's in San Antonio, Clarissa Mays. So this is something you could, spend time with if you wanted to and look at. Okay. Telemarketing sales rep. All right. Let's look at that. Do you want to do cold calling? No. You want inbound and as little as possible. These people, a lot of times, these businesses will pay you anywhere from $200 to $500 a week, depending on the number of duties you have. You might only have to work 15 minutes for one company. You might only have to work 2 hours. You can have more than one company that you work for. You can work for as many companies as you want to. It's just up to you how you block out your time and how you can fit them into your schedule. Okay. And it's great for work at home moms because these are legitimate companies that are looking for people to work remote. And as you see, this is a remote job. Okay. And you've got to learn some of the ins and outs of the industry and make sure that they get you paid right, because you can invoice them on PayPal weekly or monthly, or they can send you a direct deposit to your bank. And I wouldn't do direct deposit to your bank unless you know these people. You meet them face to face. Okay. So, if they ever compromise your bank account, you can go over there and, or you know where they're operating and you can send the police after them. You don't give away your personal info. Okay. You find out where they're located and go over and meet them for a face-to-face, or at least call them up and maybe set up a Skype conversation with them. A lot of times people want to meet you face-to-face. I have people working in the Philippines for me, and I meet them face-to-face on Skype. I get on camera with them, and I'll see how good their English skills are. So this is where, your research on each job, comes in, and you can say, I don't want to do that. Okay. You look at personal assistant. Let's look at this real quick. And this is just Craigslist right here. These people are looking for, people to help them. I'm a small business owner, recent Texas Tech University graduate seeking a part-time personal assistant who's responsible, trustworthy, outgoing, respectful, and a hustler. Your job will consist of managing and creating traffic on all social media outlets and booking events. 50 of those outlets I can use right over here on, OnlyWire, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook pages, Facebook groups, LinkedIn company pages and blogs. There's all kinds of ways to create traffic back to some of these companies' sites. Ideally, they're looking for somebody who's, pursuing a class in mass communications, marketing, or business. And you would probably have to understand a little bit about networking on the internet, SEO, search engine optimization, organic search engine results pages, SERPs. You don't have to get into paid advertising unless, let's say, for instance, you had an account over here at OnlyWire and you were paying for unlimited posts, unlimited networks, unlimited postings. It runs about $1,000 a year. and that's, a little over, well, it's about what, 90 $90 a month, something like that. 95 $99 a month, something like that. You would probably want to charge them a little bit more, because this company that I work with, Paid Social Media Jobs, they supply you with the templates for proposals, because this is all proposal business to business. You don't need a license to do this. You can work under your own name. If you want to work with a company like this, where it's based on a 1099 process, then the first $600 would require you to file a W-9 with them, and then they would issue you a 1099 at the end of the year so you could plug it in with your taxes. If you run yourself as a business, you might want to look into going down to the Lubbock or the Tulsa City Council, not City Council, but County Clerk's office in Tulsa County or Lubbock County downtown, and filing a doing business under an assumed name and register your company name under an assumed name. It would still be taxed at the personal level. If you plan on growing into a limited liability company like an LLC or a sub-S or a sub-C, then you probably want to go and talk to somebody that's familiar with setting up those type of corporations. But you don't need to get complicated with this. You're working from home. It's not like you're going to have traffic coming in and out of your neighborhood to your house. Okay? And if you need to go over to a new client or prospect's office, you can go over there in your car, set up an appointment to go over there and meet with them. And if you don't have a car, you can always go over there on the bus. Okay? You can do this on public transportation. Even if you have a car, you can save a lot of money driving back and forth, just to meet people. Just go on the bus and rest up and relax and read up on the people and find out what they need. That's, if you see what their needs are, if you want to fulfill that, and then how much, they might tell you, we're paying $350 a month because you're not really doing a whole lot for them, okay? You might only have to do this like 15 minutes a day, once a day, Monday through Friday. If you break it down, okay, and you take $350 a month divided by 4.3 weeks out of the month, that's $81 a week, and divide that by 5 days a week, that's $16 a day. Now, I know that doesn't sound like much, but if you're only working 15 minutes a day, then $16 a day for 15 minutes work is like times 4. That's an hour. You're basically making about $65 an hour. Okay. Could you up that? Yeah, they could probably require you to have, more time put in, and you could adjust that as you go. Well, let's say you had more than one client paying you $350 a month. What if you had 10 clients paying you $350 a month based on the same schedule of 15 minutes to an hour? Then you would be looking at working somewhere in the neighborhood of 2.5 to 3, maybe 3.5 hours a day, possibly up to 10 hours a day. and then you would be making 10 times this rate. You'd be making $350 a month, or $3,500 a month from 10 employers, 5 days a week. You're still at home, still able to, work your own schedule. You do have to set your own schedule, and some of these companies do require you to log in through a web interface so that they can track your time and productivity and actually see what you're doing. Uh, they've got, software that you can log in, you know, but you don't have to, uh, meet a clock, because if if they dictate what time you have to log in, what you have to do during that time, and what time to log out, then you become a W-4 employee. Okay, so most of them kind of leave that open. Employment type is usually employee's choice. Part-time, set your own schedule. Uh, you know, so it's real easy work if you get the right people. That's just one channel where you can find some of these jobs. Um, Another channel that you could use, and this is just a directory of classifieds that I put up. I'll send you the link over here on the chat. You could use this directory to come in and search jobs like over here at Backpage, classifiedads.com. You could go to Monster, Career Builder, and look for jobs that are paying for social media work at home. All right. So what you would do is go over to careerbuilder.com, and let's say we wanted to drill down here in job title skills and say social media, location, Lubbock, Texas, find jobs, and let's see what kind of results we come up with. Okay, social media jobs in Lubbock, Texas, entry-level online Forex trader, work from home. This is not a legitimate job. That's they're advertising for Forex traders, and they want you to make an investment, which you could lose faster than a Texas Coyote on Red Bull. Have you ever seen one of these West Texas Coyotes on Red Bull? Man, they're fast. But you might look at entry level, Lubbock. You see, the reason why this is coming up is because they've got social media plugged in to their keywords. But this is not a business looking for a social media manager. They've plugged their ad in to the wrong category. If this was on Craigslist, it would get flagged. Okay, so let's go over to Monster. And this is just an example of what I'm telling you. You'll find some of these jobs like this right here that it's not really a legitimate job. Okay, so don't waste a whole lot of time on it. Just come over here and search for jobs, social media, and let's type in manager, location. Let's say Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then search. No social media manager jobs were found. Okay. So let's look in Lubbock, Texas. Let's change the search term from social media manager down to social media. Okay, there's a couple here. Unit coordinator for marketing and social media over at Texas Tech. As a matter of fact, there's AT&T unit coordinator. There's two over at Texas Tech. And they're still running the ad from 77 days ago, so have they gotten anybody over there? So let's look at the one they posted 3 weeks ago. Right click, open this up so we don't lose our place. And you take, and you know, if you want to register for these jobs like this, you can fill in your email on that and get similar jobs by email based on your search criteria. Okay. So you go in here and you read the job description, functions required, qualifications, and you look at job type is full-time, monthly, minimum hire rate, compensation is commensurate to qualifications, it's a day job, travel up to 25%, grant funded, you know. You might call them and ask them, you know, is this, you know, ask them, is it a remote job? If not, do a control F search, REMOTE, no search, okay. VIRTUAL, virtual, okay, there's no words in there defining it as a virtual or a remote job, okay, so this might not fit your search criteria, okay. The thing is, there's people out there, okay, that are advertising for social media help, marketing and media coordinator. Let's go back to Craigslist, all right? And compensation is to be determined, and this is over at Hireology. This is a hands-on position, must be great at technology, learning software quickly so you can implement the campaigns across all medias. Marketing coordinator is responsible for creating, coordinating, managing, and running all the advertising and marketing campaigns. And includes posting, managing, and monitoring social media, radio ads, websites, customer retention management campaigns, CRM. If you don't know what a particular acronym means, highlight the letters, do a right click, and search Google for CRM. And you can usually come down and find a description as customer relationship management or customer retention management. I've been in customer relationship management and customer retention and customer acquisition for the past 40 years. And I have a system that does all that. So, you know, if you've got some background in that, that's, you know, how you would find out what certain acronyms mean, okay? Just highlight the acronym and then right click on it and search Google, and it'll take you over there. And usually you'll see it on the first page. What is CRM? Okay. It's like you want to find out what HYIP means, HYIP. Okay. HIYIP is high yield investment programs, which are in most countries, they are illegal and they're Ponzi schemes. They're nothing but scams and they'll rip you off. So, if you see SERP, all right, SERP is search engine results page. This, what you're looking at right here, is an SERP. It's a search engine results page. It shows you the results of your search. You can, on certain browsers like Firefox, and I think on Chrome, you can go in there and set the search results on Google search to go from 10 to 100. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you have to go in on the sign in or on the settings. I'm using Google Chrome right now. If you go into the settings on Internet Explorer and Firefox, you can set it up to 100 listings on one results page. So instead of looking at 10 results pages, you can look at 50 or 25, 30 or 100. So if you read through this and you see that, this, kind of matches what you're looking for, then you'd say, okay, I'll give them a call, highlight their link, and you can either copy it and paste it into a new tab or just say go to. And most browsers will give you that option to right click after you highlight and go to. And here, what they have is Culligan Water over there by the old Sam's store, where 43rd and Milwaukee is, down there by, it's just a little north of the Martha Sharp Freeway. You know where the new Sam's is. It's back there behind the new Sam's. I get Culligan services over here at the house. So, it's something you might give them a call and say, I saw your listing for marketing and media coordinator. Is this an in-office job or is this a remote job? If it's an in-office job, compensation would be determined. This might be something that, they might be open to a virtual position. Okay, so it's something that you can negotiate with them. So there's a lot of room in the social media management field to, if you want to work over there. And some companies, like I was doing down in Houston, they just kind of require you to come in once a week, to the office for a meeting, and let's have a meeting and how are things going, or they just do it remote. Now, I have people working with me on teams, one in Pittsburgh, one in Phoenix, one in Cincinnati, and some up in New Jersey and some down in Florida. Okay? Well, it's impossible to come in for a meeting once a week. So what we do is we get together on Skype, or we get together on another webinar like this. It's just a different webinar. It's usually a support webinar or a meeting webinar, and we usually do it once a week. So there's all kinds of ways that you can do this and find jobs just by using local Craigslist. Let me go to we go back to U.S. states. We go to Ohio. EFGH-ILMNO, Ohio. And let's look at Cincinnati. It's a premium city if you was to pay for an ad. Okay, social media, 73 search results in services, 67 in jobs. So let's look in jobs. Social media internship, social media position. Open it up, look at, the internship, intern position, qualifications. It doesn't look like it's going to be a remote job. It's only $14 an hour part-time for an intern, college intern. Okay, so that might not, fit. And I got customers all over, the country. Some of them right up here in Cincinnati. There's another one. It's just worded different. Social media position. Okay. If you have some experience in WordPress and developing websites, experienced WordPress web developer genius needed. This is a local property management company in business for over 30 years. I know this guy, Tom Jones, over at Cincinnati Residential Properties.com, cresproperties.com. They want somebody to work full time. This is not a virtual position. Now, a lot of cases, it's not even a good idea to even waste your time. If they make it plain that this is not a virtual position or a remote position, you might as well not even waste your time, trying to close them, unless you're real good at closing, and negotiating, because they're only offering like $15 an hour. Okay. You look at $15 an hour, it's about $31,000 a year, more if overtime is full time. But look at the job duties, okay? Act as first step troubleshooter for problems with office technology, in addition to everything else you have to do. And, you're answering phones, you're being interrupted, you can't really get a whole lot done. And to be truthful, you're only getting about 2 hours effective work from an employee during the course of an 8-hour day anyway. Because, they take off for lunch and, when they come in and start working at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, let's face it, they're not supposed to, but you see a lot of people surfing the internet, and they might get 2 hours work done. I used to go to my office and just lock myself in the office and hole up, and I would get a good 6 hours work done, because I would work from 9 to noon, and then I would take off for 2 hours and go to lunch, and then I would come back at 2 and work till 5, a good solid 3 hours each time. And in most cases, my productivity was 3 times as much as, most normal employees. And that's a fact, okay, when you have an hourly employee. But if you could do this from home and work 2 hours a day and not be interrupted with these phone calls for tech support, you could spend the bulk of your time doing productive work, managing their social media accounts, getting their content written for their blogs, doing the commercials and the videos and the audios, and doing their search engine optimization. If that's your skill set, then what you need to do is convince them in the negotiation process. And how would you start that? How would you initiate that with them? You could do it by email, phone, or you could do snail mail and mail them a proposal and say, hey, I saw your ad up here, and I saw you got it posted 10 days ago, and it's quite evident that you haven't filled this position yet. Could I give you an alternative for the same price? Okay. Now, what is $15 an hour on a monthly basis? Let's look at it, guys. You with me? Can I hear somebody say yes?
Yes.
Somebody shake your head.
Yeah.
Shake your head up and down. Okay. $15 an hour times 8 hours a day. It's $120 a day. Times 5 days a week. $600 a week. Times 4.3 weeks out of the month is $2,580. Okay. Now let's say you rounded it down to 2,500. Let's just take $80 off. They could, as an employee, hire somebody and not get as big a tax break if they were to come in and contract with you business to business. This would be a total expense write-off, okay? If you set yourself up as a business to do this and you get it done in 2 hours instead of being interrupted with, several phone calls a day, you wouldn't have to be there. It would be to their advantage. But see, here's where your negotiation and your sales skills would have to come in to play, because this is what we call straight line persuasion. You want to know what my straight line persuasion is, Carl and Maria? It's very simple.
What?
It's very simple. I would call the man up and say, Mr. Jones, it is to your economic advantage to get the full deduction of $2,500 a month instead of paying out $2,800 a month plus taxes and not getting the full benefit of the deduction because you're looking for an employee to come in, number one. Number two, they're not going to be able to perform the duties you want effectively with all the interruptions that you require in your last step. Number three, nobody, and here's where I come in, and I just talk to them like an old Missouri mule, okay? Number three, nobody in their right mind is going to come in and do all this for $15 an hour when I can go over to Walmart and get a job as a greeter wearing a bicycle helmet and get paid $13 an hour with benefits. You got to hit him with the truth, blunt truth. If he's not, upset with you at that point, he will be. Or they'll just tell you, take a hike, So, that's my straight line persuasion, okay? That at least gets them thinking, okay? And sometimes I'll do that in an email. Sometimes I'll send it to them in a proposal with an attachment. Sometimes I'll call them up and talk to them. And I'll just tell them, and I do this in less than 5 minutes. I am a master at, really rocking people's boats in less than 5 minutes because they don't have time and I don't have time to beat around the bush, and neither do you, okay? But see, you can do that. You can negotiate from a position of strength when you say, look, I've seen you've got this post up for 10 days. You haven't filled the position yet. Nobody in their right mind is going to do this for $15 an hour. I can do it if you calculate the price of $2,500 a month times 12 months. That's $30,000 a year. You're looking at another $1,000, okay, over the course of a year. I can still do it for the same amount of money, actually a little less. Do it remote, and you take 100% deduction instead of, paying out the expense of an employee and having to make a place for them to work. And then you've got to match them 7.5 to 7.65% on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, FICA, and, taking out taxes. As an employer, you're losing more money than you're actually making. And if you keep putting these extraneous duties on them, which takes them away from their primary duties, they're not working effectively in giving you your money's worth. You see where I'm going with this, Maria, Carl?
Yes, I do.
You see where I'm going? See, what you're doing is negotiating, and you're doing it from a position of strength. If you're good at that, go for it. Otherwise, do like my buddy over in Florida. When he sees these ads, he says, skip it and go to the next ad. Don't waste your time with them. We have a saying in this industry: go for the low-hanging fruit. Okay, if you were to come out here to my place, you would see I've got a great big huge Granny Smith apple tree out in my yard. My brother left this morning. We sent about 50 pounds back with him for him and the kids. These big, ripe, green Granny Smith apples make apple pies out of this world. And we must have a ton of apples on these trees. And some of the limbs got so heavy that they broke. Well, that was kind of good in a way, because I didn't have to just pick the low-hanging fruit. Some of the low-hanging fruit actually broke the limb and fell over to me. And we have a saying: pick the low-hanging fruit. Find the listings that are here, okay, screaming for your help. You can also find them over here on some of these sites like LinkedIn, eBay, Task Army, Elance, Freelancer, Flex Jobs. I think is $14.95 a month, or $49 for the whole year. Okay, if I click on that, go over to Flex Jobs. These are hand-picked. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll log into my account, because you got to have an account to log in to actually see. This is why I have the account, and I'm just giving you the poop. I'm giving you the full Monty on this stuff. Okay, so let me go back over here and do that again. So I'm logged in. Now I'll say click here to search jobs on Flex Jobs. And here, current social jobs, Austin, Texas, technical eminence evangelist. If you're a preacher or something like that, you can probably do a social media specialist. Click, go over there, look at it. These tell you what kind of job it is, how much they're paying, where to get the job. You'd have to be a member to log into Flex Jobs, okay? But these are hand-picked jobs, okay? These people actually vet these companies, so you're not going to get some pimp on there, trying to sell you into a, work-at-home job where you've got to buy a bunch of crap to get going, like Vima. Anybody heard of Vima? Just recently.
I haven't.
Huh? You heard of it? Vima was recently busted by the Federal Trade Commission for running a Ponzi scheme. Okay. Now, Flex Jobs is one of those jobs, one of those places where, you can sign up for $14.95 a month or $49 a year, I think it is. You'd fill in your information here, but they handpick the jobs, because you're going to use these references more often than not. You're going to go in there and find, these jobs where you can kind of pick and choose. You get to preview them, and if you're a member of Flex Jobs, then you can just log in and, go get the job. Even if you're a mom or a mom to be, you know, you can sit there and work at home, and then when you get ready to go have a baby, you can just tell your employer or your virtual employer, say, I'm going to be in the hospital next week having a baby, so I'm going to be off, for a couple of 3 weeks, you know. And this is great because I've talked to a lot of work-at-home moms over at WAHM.com, WAHM.com, workathomemoms.com. They do a lot of blogs and articles about working at home. They say this is great for expecting mothers and mothers with young babies at home and kids, because they can kind of work around their kids and not force their kids to work around mom's schedule. And she can still earn money during maternity leave. So this is like the perfect opportunity. You get maternity leave from a regular job, and you can still earn money part-time on the side, And it just depends on how much money you want to earn, how many jobs you want to work, how many people you want to work for. I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap this up. We are getting close to an hour now, and I don't want to take this much more than an hour, but I just kind of wanted you guys to get a taste and a feel for what is available out there. And I hope you've been taking notes. With Guru.com, Indeed.com, Manta, it's like this company. I've got a listing with Manta over here in Lubbock. You can find work on Manta. You can search these people to find. See, it's reading my IP because I'm over here in Levelland. Okay, but let's do social media. Okay, social media jobs for you. Okay, it didn't come up with that. So let's go back and let's look for social media Lubbock. All right, look at here. These are mostly companies that are into social media. They might not be listing actual jobs. You might call on them and ask them. Social Security Administration over on 16th Street. Where the Academy store is over there off of 19th and the Loop behind Gene Messer Toyota?
Yes.
That's where social security. So, you wouldn't go over there and apply for a job in social media, but you might look at Timber Creek Family Social Services, okay, and right click. There's a lot of places out there where you don't have to pay diddly to look for, work, and call them up and ask them, do they need a social media manager? Do they have, an opening for social media manager to work remote? And if they don't, they'll tell you. If they don't know what you're talking about, they'll say, well, can you tell me more about this? Well, you're probably too busy to handle your social media, but you need more traffic to get over to your business. I can help you get there. See, that's your pitch. Your elevator pitch better be less than 30 seconds. You're too busy running your business to get social media to drive more business to your place, but I can help you do that. See, this is what a lot of people ask me on the elevator, what do you do? I tell them, I drive business to your business, more customers to your business because you're too busy running your business. Now, it sounds like I'm repeating myself, and I am. They say, oh, well, see, now that I got my elevator pitch in their eardrums and it's become a part of their consciousness, now they want to know more. Okay. And that's where, a lot of times they'll ride with you, or they'll get off the elevator with you, or they'll ask for a card. Okay. So, it's a great opener, when you're talking to people. You might get some of these buttons made, from a local print shop, get these little campaign buttons and wear it on your dress or your suit or something like that. I can drive customers to your business. Ask me how. And believe me, people will ask you, because I had one of those buttons on my suit when I went to Sam's or on Mazda Sharp, and I had people ask me, business owners, they're in there filling up their carts with restaurants. How can you drive more business to my restaurant? Well, let's talk. You got time? If not, I know you're busy and I'm busy. Why don't we sit down? Why don't I come over there and patronize your place of business because I love to eat? And we'll sit down and talk. Get their card. Give them your card. And if you don't have a business card, you ought to. You can get them over at Vistaprint. Cheap. All you need is your name, your phone number, maybe an email, and social media specialist. That's it. That's all you need. And go over and talk to them. A lot of times, I'm telling you, man, you can get a free meal out of this. I'm not joking. You can go over to, hey, you like Mexican food, you like barbecue, you like shrimp galley or whatever, and you're over there talking to them, you get ready to go. A lot of times they'll reach over there and they'll grab your ticket. No, let me get this. It's funny, if you've got the personality to get out there with them and talk to them, a lot of times you won't even have to pay for your meal, and you just had lunch. Go back home and tell hubby to cook his own meal. I already had lunch. I had a free lunch over at Abuelo's. And does Abuelo's have social media? I don't know. Maybe that's something I ought to look into. I was over there eating yesterday. So, that's just a few samples here. And we've been on here for about an hour now. We've got about 2 more minutes. I'm going to wrap this up. I'll send you some links. I'll plug these links in under the video. When I post the video up on YouTube, if you want to look at some of these places, here's another one, okay? Besides the Social Media Manager Jobs Database, there's a couple of good articles that if you look at this is work at home moms. 5 things that remote companies wish you knew. All right. That's a good article. Take time to read it. And then what does your remote company do? All right. This is over at remote.co. You can look to see what some of these companies do, to see if this would be something that you would want to use their services. This Articulate is a company that makes training software. Okay, you might need some training software for a company. Batchbook is a customer relationship management company for small businesses like USHomeWorkforce.com. It's a CRM. If you was to look at all right here, this right here, okay, is one of the blogs that I put together with all these links. This company right here, USHomeWorkforce.com, DMS Group is my user ID, okay? And this is what you're looking at here is a customer relationship management system, total in the box. And they have package levels at 3 different package levels. That's not the one I want to go to. They, let's see, go to, I don't want to go to home, About Me Lead Management, affiliate programs, testimonials about us. It's like $19.95 a month, $24.95, and then $34 or $49.95 a month, or something like that. Depending on what they need in the way of software and services. But I use this. I've been using this for the past 3.5 years to do all my customer relationship management because I get unlimited autoresponders, unlimited blogs, unlimited article postings. I can do as many as I want. Batchbook is a good company. Codebusters, they provide HR staffing, okay. Flex Jobs, of course, is right there. GitHub, GitLab. There's several, like Hubstaff. Now this is where you get into tracking software. I do a lot of tracking for companies and these companies who have social media, people like you and me. They need to log in and track their productivity so they can pay them properly. I manage some of these hub staffs because, again, these companies are too busy to do it themselves. So I do it for them, $500 a month. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but you can manage all of this in one place. And when you've got 10 customers paying you $500 a month, well, that's just another $5,000 a month, right? Hello? Somebody out there doing the math? Okay. Got your calculator going. So you can pick up a little extra service, a few jobs here. And it's not that impossible. It's not that hard. This is not something that's just too good to be true. It's just that I'm giving you the resources, what I have. Okay, all you got to do is just spend a little time with me. But a lot of these resources like Hippo Education for doctors, medical education company, they do video, podcasts, and more. It's a great way to train for the medical field or in nursing, and it's fun because they can do live. They work with clinicians and doctors, and they help patients and doctors take, especially patients. They help, the patients take care of themselves, and doctors take care of their patients. This is a great little company here. There's just so many things that you can look at here. So I'll post these links under the video in the description when I get the video posted up in the group. So you guys can go over there and look at these. And if you want to do this every week, you just say so and I'll be here. Okay? You want to do this every Monday? uh, we can do it, and I can record the sessions and put them up on YouTube and upload them to the groups. Uh, we can do this 7 o'clock. Still give you plenty of time to spend with the family. So, any questions?
I don't.
Okay. Did I just bowl you over and overwhelm you?
That's all right.
I have a tendency. I have a tendency to do that sometimes. Now, I will include this link here in the video because everything you see in bold is a paid service or a product. Everything that you see in non-bold is a service that you can use for free. They might have upgradable services and featured services. Most of these are advertising services, but you can not only can you find work through a lot of these places, but you can also place ads. Many of them. There's probably about 250 links on this site here, and even has my tweets. Okay. And pinging services, show people how to use those. These are paid advertising resources here and high performance networks. Some of these high performance networks, like I use, Max Bounty, 7Search, Offer Vault, Ad Knowledge, and CPOA and Blue Heaven. These sites are really heavy duty, and some of them can get really expensive. Some of them take $1,000 deposit, so you don't want to even go there unless you're just a big company in marketing. And I have a lot of companies that do that. Twitter, if you're good with Twitter and you tweet a lot, you could tweet 2 or 3 times a day. For other companies and get paid for it. Grant Cardone was, and these are free. Twitter's free, like Facebook. Somebody was busting Grant's chops one day about you're posting too much, so he doubled down. But that's why he's a multimillionaire. He's a real estate developer over in Miami. GrantCardone.com. If you go to GrantCardone.com, he's got Grant Cardone University. He's got something like 8 or 10 books out on the New York Times bestseller list. He's got YouTube channels. He's a sales trainer. He knows what he's doing. It's a friend of mine. He's got blogs, shows. He's got a live TV show on the internet. He's doing a reality TV show. He's got the Cardone Zone. He's got the Young Hustlers. Secrets to Closing the Sale. Now, this is something that, and I'll go back real quick to the C-Res over in Cincinnati. If you know how to close a sale, he just gives you more ammunition. And if you don't know how to close a sale, this is where you would learn how to become a sales assassin. I just love the way he puts this. But it's good. It's great stuff. So if you want to, I'll see you next week. I'll put the same link. We'll do the same link. And if you can attend a live event over on the web and see what we're doing, we'll see you there.
Okay.
All right, Maria?
That'll be fine. Thank you.
Lydia and Carl. I think Lydia's already left. So appreciate you all showing up, and I'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and good night.